I'm sitting here by the window. It's that strange hour when afternoon light turns gold and the house settles into its own kind of quiet. I can hear the clock in the hallway, the one my daughter wanted me to throw out years ago because it's too loud. But I like it. It reminds me time is still moving, even when I'm not. I'm 80 years old now, and I've been thinking about something I believed for most of my life. Something I thought was true. Something everyone around me believed too. Something that shaped every decision I made for 60 years. It sounded so reasonable, so grown-up, so right. You have to stay busy. You have to keep proving yourself. Rest is for later. Peace comes after you've earned it. I don't know where I first heard it. Maybe from my father, who worked until his hands shook and his back bent. Maybe from teachers who praised the students who never stopped. Maybe from bosses, neighbors, the voices on the radio telling us that success meant never slowing down. It didn't matter where it came from, I believed it. And I built my whole life around it. I worked hard, I provided. I made plans, met deadlines, checked boxes, climbed ladders. People looked at me and saw someone who had it together, someone successful, someone who knew what he was doing. But inside, I was always racing. Even on Sundays, even on Christmas morning, even on vacation sitting on a beach somewhere beautiful with my family. And all I could think about was the project waiting for me back home. Even when I sat down to dinner with my wife and children, my mind was already 3 steps ahead. What needed to be done tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. I thought that was what responsible people did. I thought that restlessness was a sign of ambition, drive, character. I thought peace would come after the promotion, after the house was paid off, after the kids graduated, after retirement, after I'd proven I was enough. But when I finally stopped working, the restlessness didn't stop. It followed me like a shadow I couldn't shake. I remember sitting on my porch one morning, maybe 6 months after I retired. The sun was coming up slow and soft. The birds were singing. Everything was still. My wife brought me coffee in my favorite mug, kissed the top of my head the way she always does, and went back inside to read. And I sat there, completely unable to enjoy it. I felt guilty, like I was wasting time, like I should be doing something. My hands itched for a project. My mind kept spinning through imaginary to-do lists. I couldn't just be there. That's when it hit me. I didn't know how to be still anymore. I'd forgotten how. Or maybe I'd never learned in the first place. What remains after all the doing is whether you knew how to be. I spent decades believing that my worth was tied to my productivity, that if I wasn't solving something, building something, fixing something, I wasn't enough. I wasn't valuable. I wasn't worthy of rest. And it cost me. God, it cost me. It cost me patience with my children when they were small and just wanted me to sit on the floor and play with them. I was there in body, but my mind was always somewhere else. It cost me presence with my wife who would tell me about her day, her thoughts, her worries, and I would nod along. But I wasn't really listening. Not truly. It cost me sunsets I never saw, slow meals I rushed through, long walks I never took, lazy Saturday mornings I filled with errands. It cost me friendships because I was always too busy to call back, too tired to show up, too distracted to really connect. It cost me joy. And most of all, it cost me peace. The very thing I thought I was working toward, I was running away from. And here's the part that still breaks my heart a little when I think about it. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought being restless meant I was responsible, driven, a good man, a good father, a good provider. But all it really meant was that I didn't trust life to hold me if I stopped running. I didn't trust that I could be loved just for being me, not for what I accomplished, but for who I was. With the time I have left, I've learned this. The lie isn't that hard work matters. It does. The lie isn't that effort and discipline are important. They are. The lie is that you have to earn the right to rest, to be calm, to be at peace, to enjoy a quiet Tuesday afternoon with nothing on your list and know where you need to be. You don't. You never did. Rest isn't a reward for productivity. It's a human need. It's part of being alive. And peace? Peace isn't something you achieve. It's something you allow. I look at people now, especially those in their 50s, 60s, even 70s, and I see the same thing I carried for so long. That tightness in the shoulders, that faraway look in the eyes, that sense of always being a little behind, a little not enough, a little guilty for sitting down. I see them at the grocery store, moving fast even though there's no rush. I see them at the park, checking their phones while their grandchildren play. I see them at church, at restaurants, at family gatherings, physically present, but mentally somewhere else. Always somewhere else. And I want to tell them what no one told me. You're enough, even when you're still. The people who love you don't need you to be busy. They don't need your resume or your accomplishments or your next big plan. They need you to be here. Fully here, present, awake, alive in this moment. The life you're living right now, this Tuesday morning, this cup of coffee, this conversation with someone you love, this ordinary, unremarkable day, it's not the waiting room. It's not the hallway to something better. This is it. This is your life. And if you can't find peace in it now, if you're always waiting for the next thing, the next milestone, the next achievement to finally feel okay, then what was it all for? I'm 80 now. And I finally understand something I wish I'd known at 30, at 40, at 50. The thing that gives you calm isn't achievement, it's acceptance. Accepting that you don't have to be extraordinary every single day. Accepting that rest is not laziness, it's wisdom. Accepting that you are not a machine, and life is not a race, and there is no prize at the end for the person who stayed busiest. Accepting that a life well lived isn't measured by how much you did, how much you accumulated, how many boxes you checked, but by how much you were awake for, how much love you gave and received, how much beauty you noticed, how much kindness you offered, how present you were in the small, sacred, ordinary moments that make up a human life. I can't get those decades back. I can't undo the times I was too busy to really see my wife's face, too distracted to hear the excitement in my son's voice, too tired to notice the way the light came through the kitchen window on Sunday mornings. But I can tell you this, since I let that lie go, everything has changed. I sleep better. I breathe easier. I laugh more freely. I notice things now, the way light moves across the floor throughout the day, the sound of rain on the roof, the smell of bread baking, the warmth of my wife's hand in mine. Small things. The kind of things I used to walk right past without a second thought. And they're enough. More than enough. They're everything. My grandson came to visit last week. He's 7. He wanted to show me a drawing he made, some kind of dragon or dinosaur. I couldn't quite tell. The old me would have glanced at it, said, "That's great, buddy," and gone back to whatever I was doing. But I stopped. I sat down with him. I looked at his drawing, really looked at it. I asked him questions. I listened to the whole story behind it, which took about 15 minutes and involved a lot of sound effects. And you know what? It was one of the best 15 minutes of my week. Not because the drawing was a masterpiece, not because the story made perfect sense, but because I was there, fully there. And he knew it. I could see it in his eyes. That's what I missed for so many years. Those moments, those connections. I thought they were interruptions, distractions from the real work. But they were the real work. They were the whole point. If you're reading this and you're 50, 60, 70, and you still feel like you can't rest, like there's something you haven't done yet, like peace is still somewhere ahead of you, just around the next corner, I just want you to know, it's not ahead of you. It's right here. It's in this moment, in this breath, in the choice to stop running and finally let yourself arrive. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect or finished or figured out. You can choose peace right now, today, not by doing more, but by releasing the belief that you need to. I'm sitting by the window now, and the light is fading into that soft purple blue that comes just before dark. My daughter will call soon. She calls every evening around this time, and now I actually answer. I don't let it go to voicemail because I'm in the middle of something. My wife is in the kitchen making something that smells like home, probably that soup I love, the one her mother taught her to make 50 years ago. And I'm here, fully here. Maybe for the first time in my life. And it's enough. It's more than enough. It's everything I was looking for all those years. While I was too busy to notice, it was already right in front of me. So I'll ask you this, friend. What lie are you still carrying? What story are you telling yourself about what you need to do, achieve, or become before you can finally rest? And what would it feel like to finally put it down, to stop running, to arrive, to be at peace with this life, this moment, exactly as it is? You don't have much time left. None of us do. Not because we're dying, though we are, all of us, a little more each day, but because this moment is all we ever really have. And we can spend it racing towards some imaginary finish line, or we can spend it here, awake, alive, at peace. The choice, as it always has been, is yours. If this stirred something in you, I'd be grateful if you'd share it. Not for me, but for someone else who might need to hear it. Sometimes we all need permission to rest. Sometimes we all need someone further down the road to tell us it's okay to stop running. Leave a comment if you'd like. Tell me what lie you're ready to put down. Or just tell me you were here, that you read this, that you're thinking about it. I'd like to know I'm not alone in this. And maybe you'd like to know you're not either.